Hey guys, okay, so I guess I'm going to make it kind of quick, but I have to sort of extend it because of um ugh, whatever. Because I don't want it to go to shorts cuz it will automatically put it there even if I request it not be put there. So we have this article, Meghan Markle starts the countdown to her Netflix show with Instagram post. This is how excited I am about this. All right, so she's got it supposedly has a picture of Lilibet, but it's not really a picture. So there's a video here. Okay, I just started playing it, and so you can't really see anything, and we don't even know what it is. The kid isn't doing anything. Megan, okay, so I'm going to go through this super fast because it just drives me mentally retarded. Okay, Meghan Markle has started countdown to her Netflix show premiere by playing a personalized board game with Lilibet. Now, because every little black kid in the hood who is on welfare, who's in danger of not eating tonight, who, and usually, I mean, I was just at a grocery store recently and somebody had taken a candy bar, eaten it, and just thrown the wrapper on the floor next to the register. And I said something to the guy running the checkouts, who I happen to know, who always passed me. And I'm not even going to get into it. When I went out jogging, knew exactly what I was doing. He'd always say, I saw you. I turned my brights off. I said, I noticed that. Thanks a lot. Several nights a week. Nothing unusual. This is something I did. And I said to him, I said, there's a wrapper there, and I think somebody just ate it without paying for it. He's like, yeah, probably. And I really don't care. Corporate won't do anything anyway. So that's the world we live in. Uh so but Meghan Markle has anti Serena Williams. The reason why she uses the word anti is it is I'm not gonna dance around it at all. It's a black thing. It all depends like what your name is. Sometimes anti flows easier, like with my name, Colleen, Auntie Colleen. Or well, they just call me Auntie Col. Right? So for me, that just flows, right? I had I have yeah, I mean I called my aunts auntie, but it just sounded better with their names. But then I had who passed away, an Aunt Mary, and it sounded better saying Aunt Mary, not Auntie Mary. You get it? It's okay. But it's a black thing. And even if it's not a person who's related to you, you're still going to call that person auntie. Oh, that's my auntie. I'm staying with my aunt. I know this. I okay. Now, see, that's there. She's trying to relate to an ethnicity that she's never wanted to be a part of. She's married the most white fucking dude on the planet that was available at the time. From the most white family. White German family, I might add. Megan was joined by Serena Williams for a game of Candyland. We didn't have that. You know what? I don't even. You know what? Kids get so bored with board games. To be honest with you, Megan, that kid just wants to get out and run around and play. Maybe play dolls, set something up in the backyard with some friends. play Barbie camping like I used to do. Run around and play kick the can. I mean, mm. Instead, she makes the kids sit inside in California to play board games, unless it's raining or shitty out. Megan, 43, posted a clip on her Instagram of the trio in the backdrop of Bill Withers' Lovely Day. And she tries to, again, she still is she's going toward a black demographic that isn't even going to know who the fuck Bill Withers is. And that was, I mean, maybe I don't know what demographic she's going for, but Ari Emanuel, didn't he fire her or something? It's a lovely day. Well, I'm glad that you get that kid out and let her run around and play. I swear to God. Then I see this. She followed that with an excited countdown to her cooking show. But when I saw this, wait a minute. It's really hard to tell, but it looks like she has 3 stumps for a hand. And no face. And there's obviously lighting on the back of her shirt. There's lighting coming. There's light either coming from a window or whatever. I suppose her fingers can be bent, but she only has 3 fingers. That's her right hand. I think I see what are supposed to be her fingers. Did she rent this house too? And she's got the kid like dressed in pajamas. Look at now look at her feet and look at her toes. When was this girl born? What day was this chick born? June 4, 2021. It's 2025. She's still 3 years old, almost 4. Yet, does that look like the foot of a 4-year-old child? Look at the toes. And a 3.5 or almost 4-year-old child should be out running around with you're gonna, okay, so here's the deal. With kids like that at that age, I don't know. I ran around barefoot once. I got an infection in my toe and got blood poisoning. I had to go to the hospital and get a shot of penicillin or some shit like that, okay? Because I was running from house to house to house, which is what most kids do. I think I was like 3. My dad would take us to northern Wisconsin, and before he built his house, and we'd stay at like a resort somewhere, and I would be laying on the pier trying to look at the minnows and what they were doing. Because I have a picture of it. All I wanted to do is just run around outside. And yeah, I enjoyed it during the winter. Yeah, we stayed inside, but we would put on snow suits and we would go out and play. We'd make forts. We'd, fantasize about being like an Eskimo. And yeah, we did all that shit. This girl's like in pajamas with the foot of hang on a minute. Okay, never mind. I just heard nothing. Just forgot it. And this I'm just not understanding. This just looks too weird. It just there has got to be someone out there that can help me figure this out. Maybe I'm wrong. And then we have a picture of Serena when the aunties come. Oh, now her foot looks different. I call AI. I call bullshit. I call and now she's got a new favorite chef by the name of Roy. Oh, and it's her not choreography, her calligraphy. Wow. Okay. Now I want Megan to know that because of your man Elesnski, we have a very good possibility because of the EU, because of your people over there in Great Britain. We're like facing World War III right now. And when I say this, I don't say it lightly because I always brushed it off. I said, no, not with Trump. There's probably going to be a false flag coming from inside the US government to provoke the United States into a war with Putin, which is bullshit. You know what would be really interesting is if Megan would film in Russia and go from place to place to show that it's a beautiful, clean, safe country. And he's not a dictator. Actually, I came up with this yesterday. Anyway, I think it's fake. Okay, it's fake as fuck. Okay. I am shocked that she would put this up. It's not normal, it's not natural, and it's bullshit. Let me see if I can find this. Abraham. Now, during the Civil War, someone was challenging me on X last night. I'm just ignoring half the shit. You know what? And another thing, beware of bots. Hang on one second. I sneezed before I started this. Hold on a moment. Because Crowds on Demand, George Soros and his organizing Antifa bullshit, BLM shit. They're all organizing now in support of the little man, Igor. And are you talking about me, some girls? What can I come on and do a podcast and tell you you are wrong? Whereas Putin is a dictator. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Hey, JD, he's wrong. Get out of here, Igor. Should Ukraine hit the election button? Abraham Lincoln held an election during the Civil War. If he can, then Zelensky must. It can't all be talk as actions speak louder than words. An election would prove he's a Democratic leader, not that I expected to silence his critics. Anyway, they're all over everything right now, so just expect that to continue, because it will. Because I noticed yesterday, and I mean, yeah, okay, so I got some comments from some of my loyal followers yesterday, indicating, because I was, that shit with President Trump having flares, or having the U.S. Well, let's go to the article. What the hell? Why not, huh? I don't know how to word this. Jets over Mar-a-Lago. I mean, they're going to try to kill the guy, okay? Trump security threat, U.S. scrambles X-15 jets. By the way, I mean, I do post a lot every day. Tommy's 23. I'm posting almost every day, either here or on SG. Not much news on this, is there? And honestly, I don't take everything that is said here as at the Daily Mail as the most serious thing. I don't really take, there are only certain people that I know I can get decent info from, although it might be a little bit biased. Trump is spending third straight weekend at Southern White House. Oh, all he does is work. He works 24 hours a day. Big deal. And he's not taking a salary. So, and I'm sure he'd pay for, he can afford it. He's not like a Biden or an Obama or a Clinton. Have not a pot to, well, you know what? Hillary was doing dirty deals with the Rose Law Firm, so whatever. You see what I'm saying? They had to get a dig in there. Like, he didn't earn his keep. Okay. 2 F-16s raced to intercept an aircraft flying near the estate on Sunday. The pilot of the aircraft was very compliant and left the airspace immediately. Follows Friday's incident in which 2 F-15s flew to intercept 8 private aircraft. F-15s flew at supersonic speeds, causing sonic boom across South Florida. Oh, I remember those. Used to scare the shit out of me. I used to cry. I used to hide. I'd cover my ears. All right, so something about flares. Right, whatever. Okay, so flares. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So basically, while the rest of the country is preparing, I mean, this, and I always just said, oh, this isn't going to happen. And, there are days where there had past tense days where I thought, oh my God, this is a possibility. And as my dad told me before he passed away, years before, I talked to him about this, and he said the best thing you can do is just take care of yourself at that time, not worry about anybody else, because it's not going to matter. And I'm like, wow, that's harsh. And he just shut me down. And I'm like, oh, God, I tell you, I was raised by harsh parenting. Oh, well, I didn't know what to say after that. I'm just like, but he's like, no, that's it. I said, okay. When he was in the Marines, it was after, the two atomic bombs were set off. It was afterwards. So, Prince Harry, he likes to do all this charity for people that are being blown up. Maybe he should start doing charity to stop the being blown up. Like he's celebrating people that go out and almost get killed for this nonsense? Okay. Sort of a bad video. I'll pick it up later. Cripes, again, you know what? I have been running behind an hour or two every single day this week. You know why? It's staying lighter out and I'm screwed up. Usually, well, I'm at higher altitude, but I face west, so I see and get a lot of sun from noon on, and it just I'm used to. Okay, that doesn't matter. All right, let's close it out. Tell me what you think of Megan's hand. Oh, and really, I don't think that this shit I don't think this shit's worth it. Elesnski is a fake. Wait a minute. Is a criminal. Oh, here we go. That search came up. Is Elesnski a war criminal? We must remember that a war criminal is one who not only starts a war without reason, but also a person who instigates wars by his actions. Yeah, I mean, if you keep going up to someone, hey, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to blow your brains out, I'm going to put this gun right here, okay? I'm going to put this gun here, and I'm going to point it to your head, okay? And I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it for 2 or 3 years. You're going to snap. You're going to say, okay, look, this is a mad... And then you look at him. The guy is insane. He looks insane. He's a Russian Jew, but it was during the time where Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union. So that technically makes him Russian, but he also put forth, and you know what? I got this on Grok a few days ago, and I thumbs down it as biased. Oh, I tell you, I am getting really into it. The information I am getting on Grok about certain aspects of the misjustice. See, that is the problem. Okay. But anyway, I was on Grok and it was talking about these laws that they put forth in 2010 that made it illegal to be, part of the Russian Orthodox Church. They burnt all these books that were in Russian and all the old Russian literature. They bashed down, and Trump talks about big, beautiful domes and all that shit. Anything that was Russian and anything that reminded the citizens of Russia, it was bulldozed down, destroyed, bombed out. In addition, again, I mentioned this, Trump spoke about how, these are brave soldiers and all that. Well, a lot of them are like Banderas or something like that. Or Oh, Azov Nazis. There is a different name being used right now. And they still I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know enough about it. Okay. But these kids that they're taking, they're putting them in vans and cars, and they're screaming. There's this one guy, he's it's all over X right now. He's simply walking his dog, and suddenly these uniform guys just he's got the dog on a leash. He's just going out for a walk with his dog. And they just take him, and he's screaming, and he's trying to get away, and the dog is just abandoned. Elesnski is a fraudster who is addicted to cocaine. This is by Colonel McGregor. He's a fraud. He's lied prolifically about everything happening on the battlefield, and he's a well-known cokehead. This is right here. March 1st. I follow him. I don't get wow, I don't know how that feed works. But I was all over X yesterday because I was so pissed off and so uptight, because I really feel like if we're such good friends with Great Britain and shit, why are they going behind our back to start a war against us, essentially? They're starting a war against the U.S. The U.S. has to stop funding. The U.S. funds the government of Ukraine. Did you know that? Now you do. I think I had a few beers in me last night, and I posted a video. And see, those I'm embarrassed to put up because I don't want you guys to think. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I keep myself awake really late because I am in so much. I wake up within a couple of hours going, and I have to get up and walk around. And I need more than 2 or 3 hours of sleep. So I need to completely exhaust myself, because otherwise it's just like, I won't be able to function at all. I need to be able to function, right? So, and we're having weird weather here too. It was negative like 7 last night. I'd accidentally left a window open on my car. I let the engine run for 45 minutes with the heat blasting and the defroster blasting, and I still couldn't get the window closed. And here I am. I swear to God, I'm on 4 inches of ice with cleats on my shoes so I don't fall. But the crutches are sliding. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to fall. And here I am running up and down the stairs. Finally, I get a can of WD-40. And I'm trying to scrape the ice off. So I get a can of WD-40. Go back outside. Take the WD-40. Now my car is loaded with WD-40 grease, lubricant, which is just really easy to clean off. I mean, it's a mess. I'm going to have to I can't go out there right now because the second I use water, because of the humidity, it's freezing up immediately. So I WD'd the inside of the window, and now it looks like, I never washed my windows or my car, and it looks like, there's 15 years of buildup. And plus, I need to see out the window, too, if I'm driving, right? So this girl here in the building, she's like, oh, it's going to be 40 degrees out tomorrow. And I didn't want to contradict her because she gets mad when I do that. People are so sensitive. And I said, oh, is it? And I knew damn well it wouldn't. It's like 22 or something. It's not 40. And that's, below freezing. So, well, anyway, if Douglas McGregor, who probably is informing indirectly or directly to Trump, JD, Rubio, who I still don't fully trust, Zelensky is a criminal, which there is no doubt. This was stated on his page in the social network X by ex-Pentagon advisor, retired Colonel Douglas McGregor. As, what does it say? And as is well known, is on cocaine. So there we go.